Today's episode of Chat and Chew is sponsored by Redwood Creative Crew. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to activate notifications that will remind you when we're on. Please be sure to leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you.
Greetings once again to our broadcast, Chat and Chew. Welcome everybody to our broadcast. Have some very exciting broadcasts today. I have a couple of guests in the studio. Before I get to them, I want to invite everybody to go to Facebook, like and share what we're doing. Also go to YouTube, hit that little bell, and it'll let you know when we're coming on. You can sign up and follow us as we do our broadcast. But today I'm really excited as we started in this, what we call the Faces of Fathers Forever, or the Face of Fathers Forever. And today we're going to talk about behind the scenes of Fathers Forever and how we kind of got started and what we are doing. And I got my guest very excited to invite them to come and be a part of this conversation. But to give you a little bit of history about Fathers Forever, we started in 2008, primarily in the child support program, where guys were at risk of going to jail for non-child support. The court will refer them to our program as a jail diversion. And we really did well with that. We had a lot of guys that were ordered to our program. It's kind of like, when you got a DUI, you had to go to substance abuse classes. After you got a charge with domestic violence, you had to go to anger management classes. Well, in this particular, if you're behind on your child support or you wasn't complying with your child support, the court system said, we could send you to jail, but we'll suspend that sentence and we'll send you to Fathers Forever. And since 2008, we was in child support court, child welfare, domestic violence court, and those referrals came in, and we really have talked to a lot of men about their responsibility. And our goal is to reduce fatherlessness. One of the things that we really pride ourselves in doing, and that is to be able to talk to these guys about their responsibilities and the joy of being a father. And so that's what we've been doing since 2008. Of course, when 2020 hit, COVID hit, and everybody was kind of shut down, including us, but we didn't let that stop us. We actually expanded our reach. And everything was kind of pretty like in person, but we were introduced on the world stage in the community to Zoom. People have been using Zoom probably for a while, but we related a lot of other people did on the capacity of Zoom. So we started our Zoom classes. So we really expanded Fathers Forever from just an in-person class. Now we do a Zoom class. And then we started doing our self-study. So COVID did not shut us down. We just actually expanded in our reach. Fathers Forever University is really consists of in-person classes, the online classes, and the Zoom classes. The in-person class is every Monday we meet in person at the office. The Zoom class will be from 7 to 8:30 in person on Monday nights. On Saturday mornings we do the same class, but it's done on Zoom, and we meet from 10 to 11:30. And on Saturday mornings. And then we have our self-study. So I want to introduce our guests. As we talk about Fathers Forever University, my first guest, I'm with James Jackson. James has been with Fathers Forever for almost 3 years now? Yeah. Yes. Me and James worked together at another grant, federal grant that they had, and they included Fathers Forever in that grant. We worked together for 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah, and then he retired, because I kind of retired too, and then as we was putting Fathers Forever University together, I reached out to James because I know of his skills, his administrative skills, and I wanted him to be a part of the team. I reached out to him, and we pulled him out of retirement. And he didn't come dragging. He came willingly and have added so much to the table. And his administrative skills and his technical skills and his ability to teach fathers and heart for men. So James is my guest, and I really appreciate you, James, for being a part of the team. And my other guest, me and Linwood go back about 40-some years. Actually, I was his best man at his wedding. We had a lot of stories about that. The first one is he lost the ring, but I won't go into that. But Linwood has been involved in empowering men ever since I've known him. Men's fellowship, different things, and working at the men's shelter. He's retired now. He's got his own Bells Baldwin, but he's always been a part of men ministry. And I reached out to him. He always kind of like, I want to come and work for Father Forever when I retired. And so he's kind of working for us part-time, but we're about to expand Linwood's position when we start getting some more grants to go out into the prison. He's going to be doing that as well. So I wanted to introduce the audience, Linwood Mouzzon and James Jackson. Today we're going to be talking about Father Forever University and how we got started and what we're going to do in the future. Yeah. So I don't know who will start first. Let me start with James first.
Well,
tell us how you really kind of got involved. I told a little bit of it.
Yeah,
tell us your personal story.
Absolutely. And as Glenn alluded to earlier, that we were part of a grant, and we helped people in recovery from substance use disorder. Yeah. So I learned a lot of new words and met a lot of people. And we, in a short period of time, I think it was like 3 years, we reached over 5,000 individuals that we helped.
Wow.
In that community. And, as all things come to an end, so did that grant for that.
Right.
And after that, I was saying, I think it's time for me to retire. I have an IT background also, but it just wasn't calling me.
Okay.
I didn't, I think I had enough of that IT business, and as well as, having worked with the nonprofit world, that was different.
Right.
But at the same time, I said I'm going to retire. So I did in January of 2020, I believe.
Okay.
So not more than 3 months into my retirement, I get a call from Glenn, and he's asking me to come over and fulfill a position that he had come up with called Dean of Students. And I was like, Dean of Students? I don't know what that means. I don't know who that would be, And lo and behold, I've come and didn't leave.
Right.
It's been 3 years now, and I'm enjoying every bit of our collaboration. I'm enjoying working with the men, and we've gotten to meet a lot of people. Yeah. And you're going to introduce Mr. Linwood, but people of quality.
Yeah, the Dean of Students position was I created because I wanted someone who have some organizational skills and some administrative skills to keep up with the students. Mm-hmm. Father Forever University is the in-person, the online class, the Zoom class, and then the self-study. And I wanted somebody to be the Dean of Students who, when people come in, they introduce the people to the team, to the class. They keep the roll of the attendance. They take care of the administrative part as far as, getting the fees paid. And I thought Jay would be perfect for that. And he has kept records, perfect records. That's why we call him the Dean of Students. So everybody who enrolled in Father Forever have to come to James. Mm-hmm. And he has, and this could, when I first started, I wanted to call it the Dean of Students. Mm-hmm. My staff pushed back. Like, what do you think you are? Like, university, that's what we have. So plus, no, I stuck with that title.
It's real.
Because I knew what I wanted that person at that position to look like.
Right.
To be able to keep up with the guys enrolled and their attendance and all of that good stuff. And you have fulfill that role like it was, and it was tailor-made for you. It's because when I created the position, I was like, I need somebody that I know can do that. You're the first person that popped in my head.
I appreciate it.
And I called you, and he said, yes, I'll do it. And now he was a little more expensive than my budget was preparing, but I made room for him because we needed that. And so he's there now. So, and that's been for the last 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. So my next person we talked about is Linwood. Linwood, tell us how you got involved in Father Forever. I told a little bit about it, but you could give your spin on it.
Well, like you said earlier, I've always wanted to be a blessing to men. Over the years, I've always found ways to make an impact on men being men. And with Fathers Forever, that was another opportunity that you introduced me to a way of communicating and meeting men where it's a big need. Mm-hmm. It's a big need for for the fatherless. Right. And so you have a program, Fathers Forever, man, makes a serious impact on men.
Yes.
And so I saw it as an opportunity, in my latter days. I have a company, Mouzzon Bell Bonds. Mouzzon Bell Bonds.
Yeah. Don't advertise it. That's fine.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mouzzon Bell Bonds. And I reach out and try to reach them where I can, to make an impact and communicate ways, to turn their life around. Second chance. Yeah, I would speak. And so Fathers Forever is an opportunity that little old me can be in to make an impact. Counsel the guys when I have a chance to. They, not beat them up, but share. Mm-hmm. A little wisdom. With them. And make an impact with them. So I saw Fathers Forever as an opportunity. I was a little excited. I was saying, what took you so long?
We're growing you. We're going to expand this out. Fathers Forever have two legs. We talked about, we have the supportive housing part, where we have 48 beds of guys who coming in us from prison. And then we have the university part, which is the fatherhood component. And that's where these two gentlemen spend most of their time is teaching these classes. So the Fatherhood University, again, consists of the in-person class as well as the Zoom classes. So let's talk about some of the classes that we teach these guys during those 12 weeks or 12 classes. Let's talk about some of those. What's some of your favorite classes, Jay?
I think Linwood is going to like the same class that I like.
Oh, yeah.
chapter 7 in our textbook. Yeah. Openness.
Openness.
Yeah.
That's a great chapter. I like statistics too. That's chapter 1.
This is our textbook.
Yes.
That we use. All the guys, because we could talk about all the guys who come to the classes have to bring their textbook. They got homework assignments. Then it's 12 chapters.
Yes.
It's 12 classes, and they have to complete the homework assignment.
Right. And openness is, for me, I enjoyed teaching it because it allows us to have a conversation that we probably don't even have, not even privately sometimes. Mm-hmm. Getting the men to learn how to talk about their life, mm-hmm. their achievements, and what they want to do in life, and that it's not too late to get started. Well, maybe you've been incarcerated, maybe you've been an absent father, but now it's time to pick yourself up and put your best foot forward. I mentioned chapter 1 because I did not know of these statistics of what fatherlessness does to a child.
Right.
And I'm speaking of anywhere between year 1 and 18. Those are the ages I'm talking about. But we have a way of looking at the statistics where we grow up a child within our class.
Right.
And, the biggest one is the one that starts out with a poll,
statistic,
a poll,
and a survey.
And the difference. But that's a long conversation too. But what I wanted to do is, we talked about facts are facts. Facts are truth.
Right.
Facts are numbers generated, things like that. So we grew up this kid, and the kid was from 5. And I'm just going to give 1 or 2 instances of how we grew the kid. They have a behavior disorder.
Yeah.
What is that? Wow. And then how would they know? How would anyone know that this kid has a behavior disorder? And the facts are, it starts in kindergarten.
Yes.
And the teacher can't do anything with them. Okay, now here starts that process of tracking somebody's child.
Right.
And the hidden figure, or not figure, but the missing piece is the father.
Yes.
Not being in that child's life. And as we know, children react to a father differently than they do a mother, but we need both parents.
Yeah, so we grow up that child, like you said, and we go to one of the common denominator is the absence of father. Now at 5 or 6 years old, he got a behavior disorder.
Right.
At 9 or 10 years old, 11 years old, now he become a juvenile where he's really in trouble because now he's, acting up, getting picked out of school. By the time he's 16, he's dropped out of school, stepped on the street with a 40 ounce. But he's still growing up without his dad. And by the time now, instead of going to college now, he's got a criminal record.
Yes.
And he's going to jail.
Right.
And he's going to prison. They call him without a fatherless house. And then the next thing is the substance abuse.
Yes.
It all starts.
All a part of
and it grows up. And you follow this child, and one of the common denominator is
no fatherlessness. And that's so sad. I mean, it struck me because I didn't realize how important that role was and how the lack of that father being there has caused so many children to do some of these things that we read about in the papers or hear about on the news all the time.
And in 2008, 2007, me and a team of mine got together. We met every Monday night at Golden Club. And we put this curriculum together.
Right.
And one of the ones that I wanted to do was statistics.
Yeah.
Because working in the field as a social worker, I've seen all this stuff. Over the course of my professional career. And I was like, wow, one of the common denominators. When I would sit down, James, and do a biosocial with one of my clients, and I asked them their history.
Right.
And when a lot of times that box about the father is unchecked. They don't know who their father was. They never met him. They're angry, they're mad, they're bitter, they have substance abuse. Yeah. I'm not saying everybody, grow up without their father. It's not everybody.
Right.
But there's a lot of cases that's the common denominator. And so I wanted to, and to your point, we get a lot of pushback from that class.
Yeah.
Because guys like, that's not true. Where you get the statistics from? They talk about polls. It's not a poll. It's not an opinion.
It's not opinion.
It's not a survey. No. Your opinion. Right. It is facts.
A fact.
Yeah, and we take that and we go over about 7 or 8 of those statistics. We go over one by one by one. And as you said, we watched this child grow up from 2 or 3 years old until now. He's an early teenager, 21, 22 years old, and now he is in prison.
And even if they don't go to prison, the more morbid stat that comes out is, I think it's like 63% of those teenagers who commit suicide came from fatherless home.
And
that was sad.
Another thing is 80% of people who commit rape come from fatherless homes.
Yeah.
So we're looking at that statistic. We could talk about that.
Yeah, we could.
So tell me, what were your favorite classes?
Well, all of them good, Glenn. Yeah, they all teachable, all needed. Since he did say openness, no, but I want to come from another angle because the book offers a lot of ways to make an impact, and we teach you two of the classes is anger management.
Yes.
And forgiveness. Anger is the emotion that that anger emotion, man, can take you out of kilter, take you out of position. Yeah. Take you, losing anger and saying, controlling, I just lost my, and in the class we teach, is accountability. If you knew the consequences, right, you can control that a little bit better than you do, and so we teach in anger management, what damage can do if you don't think before you do, right, or act before you do, and that's a very interesting subject because people have problems with anger, right, and so we deal with that in that class, and the importance of managing it, staying in control, and having an impact on their child as a father. Mm-hmm. How did Daddy handle when he got mad? Right. How did he, because we make an impact on your kids or whatever. What does it look like? What does it look like to walk in anger management? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. What does it look like? Because the child, if you're there, you can show them. Okay. You can show them better than you can tell them how to handle it. Right. And forgiveness, man. If we could learn the art of forgiveness, how many fathers would be in position to do what they need to do? Yeah. And walking around with unforgiveness in their heart, it hurts them. Yes. More so than it hurt them that they're mad at or upset with or angry with. Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness is for the person. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So last night, all the classes I did. Last night we talked about anger and unforgiveness.
That's right.
They kind of work together. Right. If you got a lot of anger, if you got a lot of unforgiveness, you probably have a lot of anger and resentment and bitterness. Yep. Right. They the Siamese twins. Yeah. They kind of roll together, all three of them. That's so if you're bitter and you get resentment and you got anger, you probably got some unforgiveness in your heart. And that's the stuff that keeps you up at night. Yeah. And it can't let you can't shut it down. That's right. And you react to it because you have the inability to control your anger because you do like a knee-jerk reaction when things happen. And you make 3 steps forward and 4 backward because you can't control your anger. Now, last night I'm listening to a couple of guys who constantly making excuses for their behavior. It's like, no, man, and that's what we're here for, to hold you accountable. You're right. That's right. For one of the things we talked about last night, the difference between a mistake and a choice. Yep. That's right. And we asked the question, is there a difference? A choice and a mistake.
They're the same thing.
Our decision, and they said that a choice and a mistake, our decision to take is the same thing. Yeah. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
They're apart. They're not the same thing. Right. I stepped on your toe, that's a mistake. Mm-hmm. Go out and beat my wife up, that's not a mistake. No. That's a choice.
That's a choice.
That's not a mistake. That's a choice. So we last night, why do people call bad choices mistakes? It's because we don't want to take account.
They don't.
And we have all these classes that we teach to these guys, and there's 12 of them. Yep. And all of them are just as powerful as that one. And when they walk away, you see a change. So I'm going to put both of y'all on the spot right now.
Okay.
What's one of the stories that stands out to you that you have seen over the number of years you've been with a person who's really been transformed? Tell me about a story that's...
I took one of our students, one of our clients under my wing, and he was older. He was an older student, and probably not too much, probably just a little younger than I am. So I'm giving you some kind of idea how old. But you know, you can get in trouble and come out of prison at any age. You know, if you've done something.
Right.
But I saw potential, and I'm not going to call his name, but I saw potential in this person, which made me want to reach out even further than normal. Because normally I try to not get too close.
Right.
But, you know, to this day, he's still thriving, helping him get documents that he needed, and like Social Security cards.
Yes.
And learning how to open up an email account,
right,
and use it.
Yeah, yeah.
These are simple things. It doesn't cost me anything to tell somebody that.
Right.
So that is one person that I know is flourishing and doing well. We can still go on the opposite of that. And these are the times when it hurts you, when you work with somebody and they put in the work and then they say, I'm all in, I'm going to do this. And then they disappear. You know, they go back into prison. I've had that happen a bunch of times. So you don't know who's going to thrive and who's not, but it doesn't stop me from wanting to share with them.
Okay. All right, Linwood,
I had a young man that we gave him an opportunity to share his point of view, and it happened to be on somebody doing him wrong, and where he felt like he can go on and say, okay, you done me wrong, got you, but I ain't gonna have you done. I ain't gonna have nothing else to do with you. And he said, that goes for anybody. Like anybody. And I'm gonna write you off. You do me wrong, I write you, I'm done with you. And I heard the bitterness, I heard everything, and then I asked him, I said, if your son done you wrong, if you done your son wrong, and he turned around and said the same thing you just said you would do, I don't want to have nothing else to do with you, Dad. I'm done with you. How would you feel?
wow.
And he teared up. And I said, you need to check that dude, because it'll tear you apart. That if your son said he want nothing else to do with you,
What that would do to you.
what that would do to you. You do unto others that you would have them to do unto you. And after the class, he came to me and he said, I appreciate, I never had a man to check me. My father wasn't there, but I heard what you said, and I'll never be the same.
Wow. Yeah. Now, we should talk about this. And one of my favorite stories, sometimes I tell this story, I choke up. I'm trying to do that this time. But one of my favorite stories, a guy came to us who lived with us. And let's call him Ray. And he did our transition house, did really well, got out. He was a young kid, probably 19, 20 years old, grew up, and, his father wasn't there. His mom had 3 or 4 kids. They lived in a very poor neighborhood. They 3 or 4 kids who shared a bed in one room. And mom had her room in the other. And, they grew up, and he ended up with the wrong people at the wrong time, ended up getting a deed, breaking and entering, ended up going to prison, and he got out in the further job program. So, he had a car, had a license, but all this stuff had gotten revoked. His car was been repossessed. For some reason, they held the car for a year and a half while he was in prison. Don't know why they did that, but when he got out, he found out where his car was at. And me and a couple of my staff went with him to the man who repossessed his car. And he came up with a payment plan to get the car back. And miraculously, the guy gave him the car back, put him on a plan, and he paid it off. He got a job at UPS. He wanted to go back to get his GED. He went back at graduation. We sitting there, and he got his GED. He goes to graduation. We all take him out to eat and go out. And then he looks up and grabbed my hand and he said, "Mr. Glenn, you helped me do A, B, C, D, E, F, G." And he said, "What would my life be if I had a dad like you?" I mean, that just really it's like, we changed this guy's life in the 6 months that we was with him. He was like, if I had a dad like you from day one, where would I be at now?
Yeah.
Because we accomplished so much with a father figure of support. What would my life be at?
Absolutely.
That really motivated me to really do this even more. I mean, we just started. But that story, man, it stuck with me. And every now and then, I really get emotional when I share that story because it's so powerful that what fathers bring to the table are what we don't bring to the table.
Right.
Our absence.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I know now is that everybody who comes to us, whether it be through the transitional housing or whether it's through the mandatory, from the court ordered classes, to come as a result of court orders, they don't all. So I want to paint a real picture. I guess is what I'm saying. It takes its time before somebody decides, I want to do better. So we're not magicians. We're not people who can just snap our fingers and make someone do right.
Right.
So I don't want anyone to have a misinterpretation of what we're saying today. We still get people who don't want to do right.
Yeah, really. We get it every day.
But it doesn't affect Linwood's desire to be here. It doesn't affect my desire to be here. And Glenn, you're the pioneer here. It doesn't. You don't say because these people don't want to do right, I'm going to quit.
Right.
It doesn't stop. So we keep fighting.
Yeah.
For those who want to be a part of it.
I've seen and heard stories where fathers were at their homes. It wasn't good. It was best that they would be gone.
Yep.
Right. But we have an opportunity with Fathers Forever to teach these guys how to be the best that they can be.
Right.
So that they can be that good example. That first taking care of themselves.
Right.
You can't take care of yourself. How are you going to take care of a child?
Right.
Or take care of anybody? But you learn how to be a man. Learn how to be a man. Learn how to do what is right. Show your child what it looks like to walk up as a father. Because if that son grow up, he gonna be a father maybe one day. And if he do, he can refer back to you.
Right.
So the importance is learning to take care of yourself.
Right.
Be that man that you need to be so you can be there, the prophet, priest, and king of your household.
Some things are taught
and some things are called. Yeah. But you can do it better by being there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's an hour as we wrap this up. I know we ain't got to my staff told me we was going to
get the three
classes. We only got one question really done. But it's because it's so much powerful the stuff that we do in that community and talking with Father Forever University and I think up to date we had over 500 or 600 guys who have worked through Father Forever throughout the program, have graduated, and now they're responsible and taking care of their kids and doing the stuff that they need to be doing. And that's what's really about. It's us being able to tell this father, this is the wrong way, this is the right way. And for them to take on that responsibility. And I tell the guys all the time, so your dad wasn't there. Now it's your turn.
You don't get a pass.
You don't get a pass.
No.
So he wasn't there.
What you gonna do?
Now it's your turn. Yeah. So now you can't blame your dad anymore.
But I think that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do.
But no, you're not getting
It's an easier road.
You want to get a license to not be responsible.
Yeah, no.
They're not giving you that license.
No.
So we have passion. We have compassion. We have understanding. But we also have some directives. We always have some. We're not going to let you get away with that.
No.
We're not giving you that pass.
No.
Yeah, we're stern and we let you know.
You're right.
You either be responsible or you're not.
You're right.
And so you don't get a chance to, blame other people for what you're not being there, especially your dad because he wasn't there.
Right.
Anyway, I know we've got a role we can talk about this. We haven't really gotten to some of the things I wanted to talk about, but we'll still cover that in another time.
We'll come back.
But I really want to say to our audience and to Facebook and to YouTube and share this video, share this with your friends, with your loved ones, with your child's father, that you think may need to hear a message like this. Share that with them and get involved in Fathers Forever, and we're going to continue to make a difference in our community and what we're planning to do to make fatherlessness a thing of the past.
Yes.
And we really want to find out ways to eradicate and bring more fathers to the table. So until we meet again, I'll say so long and take care. Here's 3 ways you can support our Dads at a Distance initiative. Give a copy to a family member or friend. Donate monthly, a book monthly, 5 books monthly, how many books you want to do monthly donation. Reverse book signing, your church, your business. You can make a donation go to our website at www.afatherforever.com and go to our PayPal at Fathers Forever. Our Cash App is $Fathers Forever. Make your donation today. Please include in the note section, include DAAD. Again, it's include in the note section DAAD.
If you or someone you know would like to be a part of the show, please visit our website at www.afatherforever.com or call us at 919-779-9905. The Chat and Chew podcast streams Thursdays at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. To schedule a reverse book signing or to find out more information about how you can become a part of the programs you've heard us mention today, please be sure to stop by our website as well.
Hello, everyone. This is Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now, I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.